Leo, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your monthly horoscope for the month of July 2021. Before we begin, I would like to let you know that I do daily video horoscopes that I post on my YouTube channel every single day. I do weekly video horoscopes that I post every single week, and I also do monthly video horoscopes, monthly overviews, as well as sun rising sign horoscopes that you can watch on my YouTube channel as well. And I would also request you to hit the subscribe button. All right. So, Leo, as we enter the month of July, we are coming in with a lot of retrograde energy. We have Pluto in retrograde, Jupiter in retrograde, Neptune in retrograde, Saturn in retrograde, and this means it's time to reap the rewards for the work that we've already put in. So, the energy of July will be one of receiving the rewards for the work that we've already done. And during retrogrades, the direct forward movement, forging our path, actively slows down because it's time for the rewards to reveal themselves. Also, Leo, another thing I want to mention is that as we enter the month of July, we are still in the new moon solar eclipse in Gemini energy, which happened on June 10th. Eclipses stay with us for a long time, 6 months at least. But as we enter July, the energy of the new moon solar eclipse in Gemini will be very important, will be very evident, will be very visible, simply because we still have to go to the new moon after the new moon solar eclipse in Gemini. We still haven't had a new moon yet. We will have the first new moon on July 9th after the new moon solar eclipse that happened on June 10th, which means we are still in that energy in a very powerful way. Now, that being said, let me start with the month of July. I'll keep this horoscope as short as I can, while not missing out on anything that's too important. So the first important event, Leo, happens in the month of July is on 9th of July, and it is the new moon in Cancer, and it's right here on your chart in your 12th house. And a new moon is typically a new beginning, and it's a beginning for one whole month, the new lunar month, and it's also the time where we sow the seeds for the future. So Leo, this new moon is happening in your 12th house, as you can see on the chart, which means it's a new beginning for you when it comes to your subconscious mind, your spirituality, and drugs, delusions, addictions, if they apply to you. So this is a big new beginning for you in this area. And I also want to mention that this new moon in Cancer is different from the ones we've had in the past 2 or 3 years. And we have a new moon in Cancer mostly once a year. And for the past 2 years at least, whenever the moon was in Cancer, it was being opposed by Saturn, because Saturn was in Capricorn, the opposite sign. So Saturn would overlook the new moon in Cancer, which meant the new moon in Cancer for the past 2 years at least, if not 3 years, has been very difficult, has been challenging, has required hard-working decisions. So every time, Leo, you tried to start a new beginning in spirituality, in your subconscious thought processes, perhaps something connected to drugs, delusions, addictions, if those apply to you, it felt difficult. But this new moon is different because Saturn is not in the opposite sign of Capricorn right now. It's not. It's moved on to Aquarius, which brings me to my next point that I would like to tell you, Leo, but let me clean up the chart, is that Saturn right here in Aquarius is opposing your sign now. And if you have a lot of planets in Leo, then this might not feel the easiest time. And Saturn has been in the sign of Aquarius for good since December of 2020. And will be here since March of 2023, which means if you have a lot of planets there, if you are a Leo sun with Mercury there, with Venus, then all those planets will be opposed by Saturn one by one, which means that you will be required to put in some hard work, take some decisions, and Saturn, either by conjunction or square or opposition in your case, feels rather challenging. So I just want to let you know that if you're going through challenging times, difficult times, feeling stressed out, it's probably because Saturn is opposing your personal planets. And this is not only in the month of July, it can happen anytime depending on what degree your personal planets are at. Right now, Saturn's at 11 degrees. So if you have something at 11 degrees of Leo or close by, then those will be getting opposed in the month of July. All right, so that's the new beginning for you that happens on July 9th, the new moon in Cancer. And this is a different new beginning, an easier new beginning. At the same time, Saturn is opposing your sign. So if you have personal planets there, it may not be the easiest feeling. The second thing happens on July 11th, and it is that Mercury right here is going to leave your 11th house and enter your 12th house. And wherever Mercury is our mind. So wherever Mercury is transiting in our chart, mentally we divert all our energy to those matters. And for you, Leo, for the next few days, as Mercury moves through the sign of Cancer, your focus will be, your mental focus will be your spirituality, will be your subconscious mind. It could also be the past. And if drugs, delusions, addictions apply to you, then those areas as well. And the next thing happens on July 15th, and it's Chiron is going to go retrograde. Now, Chiron is transiting your 9th house, okay? It has been transiting your 9th house for quite some time. And Chiron is our deepest wound, but it's also how we heal. But the healing that is associated with Chiron comes in a very peculiar way. Chiron heals us by wounding us more in that particular area. So it's a bittersweet feeling, the process of healing with Chiron. And as Chiron will go retrograde on July 15th in your 9th house, the active healing process associated with your higher education, foreign travel, adventures, wisdom, knowledge, belief systems will ease off. The active healing process will ease off, which means the active wounding process will ease off. And it's the time to actually reap the rewards for the work you put in. For the work you put into your healing in the areas that I mentioned, you'll start to see the results as Chiron will go retrograde on July 15th. Moving on to July 21st, Venus is going to change signs. It's going to enter the sign of Virgo, which means it's going to leave your first house, Leo, and enter your second house. And wherever Venus is, we receive gifts, we receive blessings, we become more receptive. So for the past 20-25 days, as Venus was in your first house, you have received some sort of blessing, being more receptive to your identity, to who you are, to your appearance, to who you are becoming, to how you show yourself to the world, to your leadership skills. And now for the next 20-25 days, starting on July 21st, you will be more receptive to and receive blessings in matters of your skills, self-worth, values, monetary possessions, and finances. Moving on to July 22nd, Leo, the sun changes signs. It's going to leave this, hang on, let me clean up the chart. It's going to leave the sign of Cancer and enter your first house. It's going to enter your sign, Leo, and the sun rules your sign. You're aware of that, I'm sure. So this means for the next 30 days, Leo, the focus of your life will be you. The sun's going to come and illuminate your first house, illuminate and bring to light matters associated with who you are, your identity, your consciousness, your appearance, your leadership. And then on July 23rd, we have a full moon in Aquarius, and the full moon in Aquarius is going to happen in your seventh house right here. It's going to happen at 1 degree of Aquarius. And a full moon is a culmination point, it's a completion point, it's the night where we can see clearly, and there are 2 to 3 things you're able to see clearly, Leo. First is the beginning that happened in your 12th house on July 9th, the new moon in Cancer. What you sowed back then, you're able to see that clearly. The second goes back to Feb 11th when we had a new moon in Aquarius. Around then you must have started something, began something, and that is connected to your relationships. the house of marriage, the house of business partnerships. So something connected to that area, you're now able to see clearly, make sense of, and it's culminated itself, completed itself. And the third thing ties back to December of 2020. We had Saturn and Pluto conjunct at 0 degrees of Aquarius, and this also happened in your 7th house of marriage, relationships, business partnerships. So there was a powerful new beginning in that area, and there's something connected to that is also being revealed. You're able to see that more clearly now on July 23rd. So these are the three things, and this full moon in Aquarius will highlight two things in your life. One is you, your identity, first house things, your leadership, and the second thing it'll highlight is your marriage, relationships, business partnerships, and legal issues. So these are the themes that will be illuminated on this full moon in Aquarius. And then on July 27th, Leo, Mercury is going to enter your sign, which means your mental focus now is going to shift from spirituality, subconscious mind, subconscious thought patterns, and if drugs, delusions, addictions apply to you, then those, and it's going to shift to you, your identity, your leadership, who you are, your appearance, how you present yourself to the world, your consciousness. That's what you're going to be thinking about. And then Leo, on July 28th, Jupiter is going to go retrograde. It's going to retrograde from the 8th house back into your 7th house, which means all the work that you put in, all lessons that you learned as Jupiter was direct in your 7th house, you will start to receive healing, you will start to receive blessings connected to areas of your marriage, relationships, business projects, legal issues. Sorry, business partnerships, not business projects, business partnerships. And then on July 29th, Leo, Mars is going to leave your 2nd house. Hang on. It's going to leave your 2nd house. 1st house and enter your 2nd house. It's going to leave your 1st house and enter your 2nd house. And Mars is going to be in your 2nd house after 2 years. So after 2 years, areas of finances, material possessions, self-worth, values, skills, will be re-energized, will be reinvigorated. And this is after Mars has re-energized, reinvigorated your identity, who you are, your appearance, how the world sees you in the past 40 days up until July 29th. So that's the astrological horoscope for the month of July, Leo. Now, if you would like to know the major slower themes that are happening in the background, for example, where is Saturn? Which house is it transiting for you? What does it mean? Or where is Neptune? Which house is it in? Which house is it transiting? Or Uranus, or Jupiter, or Pluto? Then let me know and I'll include those in my next video, or take out a separate video with an overview of what's been happening for the year, or something like that. So do let me know if that's something you want to see, and I'll make it happen. And now I will pick a card for you, Leo, for the month of July. So let's see what the universe has in store for you. I think last time you got the Fates. I think that was the card for you, Leo. I could be mistaken, so don't hold me to it, but that was the card, which meant that everything's destined. Destiny is going to play out in the month of June for you. So let's see what the universe has in store for you this month. It says community. And I always think this is a very positive card. This is a very happy card, Leo. And what is a community? It's the group that we belong to. And I think, Leo, right now, this month, you need to focus on the group that you belong to. It need not be the immediate community that you live in. It can be a community that you resonate with, your soul level community. The community that you vibe with. And I think going to that community, Leo, will really help you this month. And there is blessing. There are blessings in going to your community, whatever community you belong to. It could be I don't know, it could be writers are your community, it could be uh, the fitness community, it could be the astrology community for you, it could be the business community, it could be anything. It could be a book reading club that is your community. I'm just throwing out examples. It could be anything that you feel like you belong to. And going to that community, Leo, in the month of July will be your happy place. Look at how happy this card is. There are parrots. I think they're parrots. I'm not too good with birds, so I don't really know. But there's definitely a giraffe, two giraffes, and there's happiness in this card. So as you go towards your community, Leo, this month, there will be happiness. There will be healing. Yeah. Yeah. And I have a feeling maybe this is connected to your business partnerships more than anything. Maybe your work related community, because Jupiter is going to retrograde into your seventh house business partnerships. Saturn is in your seventh house marriage business partnerships. So it could also be not just business partnerships, it could be a person. But I feel it's more a community and not a person, a group of people. So that's all I leave you with. Do hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in one of my other videos. Leo. Have a great day. Bye.